Hey everybody, Kevin Smullin with 2Q Lead Generation Strategies. Today the topic, what we're going to be talking about is how to generate real estate leads online using Facebook. In fact, we're going to show you a strategy where you can be generating leads today using this powerful marketing tool. Now, everybody knows how powerful Facebook is, but the challenge that most agents have when it comes to generating leads is they're using the wrong strategy. So in today's video, what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to hop on my computer and show you screenshot by screenshot how to do this. Now, there's also a guide that I've prepared for you that shows you all the screenshots, that shows you the exact settings for the ad, that you can literally do this, where you can be generating 20 leads per week using Facebook with this strategy, and you can literally just copy and paste it and implement it. So in the description below, you'll find a link that will take you to that guide. So go ahead and check that out, download it, it's free. And it's just a very powerful tool that you can start using to generate leads on Facebook. So I'm going to switch over to my computer and show you the exact strategy. Okay, so we're here in front of my computer now, and I want to walk you through and show you this whole sequence step by step. So one of the things that's very different about the way that I train and do marketing is I do it based on things that actually work. It's not just theory. So what you're going to see as I walk you through this is an actual lead campaign that I've done for one of my customers. So with that, it's really just a matter of walking you through the process, letting you see it. Now, before I do this, or as I'm doing it, I should say, you don't need to be worried about pictures or copying everything simply because I've already created a guide that you can download that will walk you through this entire process. Now, I'm going to include the link to that guide of how you can be generating your own 20 leads a week on Facebook using this strategy. So that guide you can download. It's in the comments in the description below, and feel free to just click over to that and download it, and it's there's no cost for that. So again, the concept here, what we're doing is we're going off of that old lead generation concept that was used back in the day when the home magazines were really big. So in the magazine, an agent would show a picture. Usually there was a price, there was one or two lines about the home, and then if you wanted more information, you had to contact the agent. So we're really just using that same strategy, but we're just deploying it over social media instead. So with this particular strategy, what we're doing, as you can see here, so this is a post that was made on Facebook, and what we're doing is we're giving them the information about the property. Now, one of the big mistakes a lot of agents make on Facebook as to why they're not getting more leads is they put everything out there. They put the price and the address and all the pictures, and there's so much out there that there's nothing left for anybody to do other than, contact the agent and schedule an appointment to go see it. Well, the challenge is that just doesn't really generate a lot of leads. It doesn't really give you anything to go off of. So with this, what we're doing is we're posting a little bit of information about the property. This one happens to be a triplex, and so obviously here we're marketing to investors. And what we're talking about is, some basics about the home, and then it says go here to get the price, the location, and more pictures, and then there's a link. Now we're putting these little, these are called emojis if you're not familiar with the terminology, but these little emojis, as people are scrolling through their Facebook feed, these kinds of things just pop out, they catch their eye, and so it's easier for them to stop and read. So again, there's a few pictures here, some that are going to entice them to want to know more. And then what they'll do is it says, if you want more information, click this link. So when they click this link, what it does is it takes them to a landing page. If you're unfamiliar with the term landing page, a landing page is a one-page website. So it doesn't have navigation that says, here's our contact us page, here's our about us page, here's our testimonials page. All that this is for the purpose of generating a lead. And so up here at the top, it says, attention investors, get the price, location, and photos of this investment opportunity, because that's the type of property we're marketing here. And then down here, there's a box where they can enter their name, their email address, and phone number. And then right here, it says, see all 19 photos. When they do that, what happens is when they fill that form out, it takes them to a page that looks like this, that has all the property information. Now, this particular agent was using still photography to photograph the property. I know some agents do a lot with videos, and so if you're doing like a video walkthrough of the property to market it, that would also be very appropriate, is putting that video walkthrough on a page like this. But basically what it's doing is it's giving them the details of the property. showing them all of those photos that we promised to send to them. And then down here at the bottom, again, there's a little bit of information, and then it says, ready to own this great investment property. Contact me to own this historic property with, name, phone number, and all that. So this is all the information that we promised to give them. It's got the address, it's got the price, it's got the pictures, and so everything we promised to give them is here. And if they want to follow up with us, they can. Now, what happens is that name and phone number and email address that they provided, that creates a lead, and there's an instant notification that pops up that lets this agent know that a lead has been generated. And so she can use that contact information to follow up and to start that process. Now, the one thing I will say about this right up front is it's one thing to generate a lead, it's another thing to convert it. So a very important part of this process is you've got to be on the phone with these people almost as soon as that lead is generated while it's still top of mind. Chances are they may or may not take your call. So if they don't take your call, you've got to leave a voicemail. You need to send a text message. You also want to send an email message. Communicate with them in the way that they want to be communicated with. And just provide value to them. Be helpful, be valuable. That's one of the fastest ways that you can get these people to engage with you, is if you're offering them something of value. Showing the home is a value, offering a report on the neighborhood is a value, saying if you're interested in investment properties besides this one, here's a list of other investment properties that we have. That's very valuable. So it depends on the kind of marketing that you're doing. But again, if the more valuable you are, the more of those leads you're going to convert. And again, like I said, I like to talk about real results. So here is a list of all of the leads that were generated with this one specific campaign. And you can see over here in the date that this was done within a few days. So I think this ad ran for like 4 or 5 days. And again, we've got easily 20 emails or 20 leads that have been generated from this. The other thing that happens from time to time, and it didn't happen with this particular campaign, but what happens sometimes, and it's a comment that people say all the time, is they'll say, well, we live in a new generation. People are savvy about this kind of marketing. They're not going to provide their contact information. Well, that will happen from time to time. But number one, I've already shown you that it does work because people are still providing their contact information because they're genuinely interested in the property. So number one, it does work. But number two, for the people that don't want to, I've had times where they'll come down here in the comments, and what they'll do is they'll comment and say, well, I'm interested in the property, but I'm not going to provide you with my contact information. Well, in some respect, just the fact that they've got their name and typed out a comment, we do have their contact information to some extent. But what they'll do in cases like that, so let's say this person had made that comment, then I'm just going to hit the message button right here. And then what I'll do is I'll just give them a link and send them to this page, because they may very well still want to contact me after they've seen that information, this information, and they still want to go ahead and see the property. So that can easily just as well generate a lead, and you can still follow up with people that way. The other cool thing that happens is when we run ads, you'll see that this ad was shown to 8,219 people, which is great showing. And you'll also see that what happens is people see this and they start thinking of people they know that would be interested. And so they tag them in the comments, right, about how much they love the property. It's gorgeous. They're tagging people they think might be interested. And that just helps you extend your reach. So this particular campaign, I believe our cost, our advertising cost on it was around $90. And so you're looking at right around, about $3.50, $4 a lead. Which is extremely inexpensive, especially when you consider other lead generation services. So again, in the guide, not only do I walk you through how to set this up step by step, you get the exact text that you can literally copy and paste, as well as I show you click by click how to set up the advertising campaign, the Facebook ads to match this. So that is the strategy. Again, if you want the guide, just go ahead and go to the download, or go into the description of this video, and you can download the guide so that you can start generating real leads using Facebook today. So thanks for being here. Please subscribe to our channel, and you'll get to see more and more marketing strategies like this of how you can grow your real estate business and increase the number of transactions that you're doing. So this is Kevin with 2Q Lead Generation Strategies signing off. Take care.